Hi, so the original film you're about to see about food waste accidentally got destroyed. So I guess I'll teach you. And you're probably wondering who this voice is. Well, I'm an apple. Yes, that's right. A talking apple is teaching you about food waste. Well, before we begin, let me introduce myself to you guys. I'm Apple Smith. I come from a local grocery store in Portland, Maine. I have a bachelor's degree in food systems from the University of Maine. Go Black Bears! I like to go on the beach. I like to go on hikes. Anyways, enough about me. Let's start talking about food waste and how you can help and stop it. Let's start with talking about food. What is food? Well, according to Harvard University, food is any nutritious substance that people or animals eat or drink or that plants absorb in order to maintain life and growth. That's fancy science talk for food is anything. And it's important to eat your food because food is what helps you grow, keeps you strong, and keeps you alive. And there are lots of different types of food. What's your favorite type of food? Just yell it out. I'll wait. Whoa, dang, you guys are loud. But all those answers are wonderful. But what's food waste? Food waste refers to food that is fit for consumption, but consciously discarded at the retail or consumption phases. How does food get to our plates? Does it magically appear? Does it come out of a food machine? What do you think it takes to make food? Food mainly comes from farms, whether it's growing fruits and vegetables or animal products. They all come from farms. It's hard work to make food. Farmers put a lot of time and resources into growing food. It's also very hard to turn food into other types of food, like cheeseburgers, yogurt, french fries, sushi, applesauce. Wait a minute. Ask any chef, parent, and even your cafeteria worker, and they can tell you how hard it is. It costs money to make food. If you're growing the food or cooking the food, it costs money. So when all that hard work and money goes into making the food and that food goes to waste, it's very upsetting because tons of people in this world are financially challenged and can't afford food. Some might even be in your school. We throw away 30 to 40% of our food, and most of the food ends up in something called a landfill. A landfill is a place where we dispose of trash. A lot of the food that is in landfills is perfectly good and edible. Food should never be in landfills. When food sits in landfills, it rots and creates something called methane gas. Methane gas is a greenhouse gas, and greenhouse gases are bad. They trap heat in our atmosphere and cause a lot of problems for our wildlife, such as vanishing ice, warming oceans, and eventually destroying the coral reefs. And in Maine, the Gulf of Maine is one of the fastest warming regions on the planet, and our marine life is being threatened, including lobsters, who can't survive in warmer water. When we waste food, farmers need to grow more food, and they use more land and water, which means the animals don't have as many resources to use. The same thing goes for food from the sea. The more we waste, the more fishermen fish, which leads to less sea life. Wasting food hurts us humans too. When good edible food goes into landfill, it increases hunger in the people who can't afford it. The rotting food also creates a nasty liquid called leachate, which can pollute our water and make us very sick. I know this is a lot and it's scary, but don't worry, all hope isn't lost, and there's stuff you can do too to help. Sometimes when we eat, our eyes are bigger than our stomachs. So we take what we think we're hungry for, but aren't actually as hungry as we thought we were. So when we get full and we don't finish the food, sometimes it's because we don't like what's being served. But what can we do instead? We can tell the cafeteria worker or parent that you don't like the food that's being served, and you can take the food that you're too full to finish now for later. You can start today by measuring your food waste from lunch. And I don't actually mean measure your lunch, because that would be weird. But look at how much you have left and see what you can do differently next time. And see if by the end of the week, if you can have little to no food waste. Take what you will eat and eat what you take. Your cafeteria has a share basket. A share basket is a basket that you put a package unwanted food in for people who want it. This could be a carton of milk, chips, fruit snacks, even fruit. The food you ate some of but don't want to save it for later, you can create a compost. A compost is leftover food and scraps that can be used as food for plants. There are also ways you can help stop food waste here at the cafeteria. The most important thing you can do is eat your meal. A meal is any 3 items, but one of those items has to be a fruit or vegetable. But why does one of the items have to be a fruit or vegetable? Well, think of your body as a sports car, and sports cars need fuel to go. Fruits and vegetables is the fuel that gives your body energy. Use a new sorting system when you're done eating. First thing off your tray is silverware. Second would be any leftover liquid in the liquid container. Third is throwing any trash like wrappers or empty milk cartons. Fourth is putting your food scraps in the food scrap container. The last thing will be take care of your tray. Remember to try to use the fewest steps, 1, 3, 5. Remember, there is still time to stop food waste. Be food waste here today. Feed your body, not the trash bin.